but the amount of pieces that we captured is staggering, just staggering. Hello and welcome back to the Flourgoldwizards channel. I'm Jason. That's Rigby, my mining partner. We're part-time gold prospectors based in Wisconsin. Today we're going to look for some gold on Lake Superior right up on the beach. There's good gold to be had if you know where to look. All I got to do is make it through all these down trees that way a long ways. We've been fighting our way, as you can see, through this stuff, but we will get there. I brought some new equipment along today, so hopefully we can put a big long smile of gold in a gold pan. Back in a bit. All right, me and Rigbone, we made it to our spot. Now originally I was going to try a different spot because the last time I was up here we found really good gold at it, but the surf is up so darn high, as you can see. It's a little bit windy out there. I'm out of the wind back in here a little bit, but out there it's windy. And that spot is currently being washed out. You can't even stand over there. The beach is so narrow there. The waves are coming up and crashing right up high. So I thought I'd come back to one of my old haunts where I know there's gold. And a couple of my buddies, Jeff's Midwest Gold Adventures and Ty from Iowa Gold Prospectors, were down here. And they did pretty darn good. But the beach has changed since they were here, I guarantee it. We had a monster windstorm, and I'll show you the hole I dug here, and my deposit is gone. And that's it right there. One small little test hole. I got down there a good ways. That's about 3 feet down, and I didn't find any black sand whatsoever. And even if there is some black sand down a little bit further than that, that's going to be way too labor intensive to make it worth my while. So I did do a number of other small test holes here and there, and another pretty good sized one right up there, and I'll fill all this in before I get out of here. But the hunt continues. Oh yeah, and I dug that big one there too. So it's not like we're just hanging around. You know, there is some black sand down in there, but the test pan I did out of that stuff showed 2 little pieces and I don't know, a big cup or so. So the hunt continues. All right, let's keep testing. I have located a little bit more black sand here, down about, oh, I would say maybe 8 inches. Let's take a little look. Let me pop this baby off of there. Actually, Rigby found it, didn't you? All right, now this deposit, like I said, is only down about 8 inches. Here it is right here. You can see it's fairly black. It's got a lot of garnet sand mixed in with it. So we'll give it a whirl. Let me grab a half cup of that stuff right here or so. Just like that. Blammo. And we'll see what's in it. Hey. It's not too bad at all. There's some pretty nice looking pieces in there. And I washed a couple back, just kind of doing it quickly out there. There's 5 decent pieces and a couple of really super duper small ones. And that wasn't much black sand at all. That was just a little bit of that garnet sand, along with quite a bit of gray blonde sand. And as I look down the hill here, I see there's pretty good looking patches of black sand right up on top of here, mixed in with a lot of garnet sand. You can see how red that stuff is. So I'm gonna dig a little trench in here, maybe start up there and work my way down, because if there's good gold right there and hardly any black sand, something tells me that somewhere in here it's gonna be a little bit more concentrated. Let's find out. All right, let's see what we found out. Now I dug a trench right here. That's a really good way to find out how the deposits are being, well, deposited on the beach by the wind and the waves and the water action, etc. And what this turned out to be 2 separate deposits right here. There's a band running this way, And then up about 2 feet, there's another band running that way. And they do not connect, right there in the middle. And it didn't go all the way across. So this may very well be something special here. So if I grab a little bit off of that top right there, that's only about an inch thick. I'll throw that in my pan, wherever that went. Right up here. I gotta snuffer that gold out of there yet. Yeah, I'll snuffer that up and then I'll do that one separate. But that definitely has gold in it right here. I might try a little bit down in there further, but I really want to get my equipment set up because that material with the size of those pieces is definitely worth running. Isn't that right? Okay. All right, good job, buddy. He told me to go up high because there's those 2 separate lines right there. That one hardly has any gold in it at all. So I took another sample out of that one right there. And that one had about 15 colors in there. Much better. Well, a lot better. So I'm gonna go back down there, get all my gear, get set up. All right, got all our gear here. Got my battery and my pail, scoop, bag of jerky, and some water. Now a bunch of you guys out there in TV land asked me to show you guys how I pack my backpack. Well, here's my tub, and I just got it on a rope wrapped around the top of my sluice right there. I'll pull that off of there, just like that. Bam! I got my extra add-on to my high banker. Bam! Got my high banker holder and legs. This one here has a couple of rods in there I'm gonna need. And my high banker. Just like that. My whole goal is to get everything I need in my backpack. And we did today, plus a little extra. So there we go. And I got my pump and whatnot in the front pouch right there and a couple of little extras, you know, for the big rig. So let me get this set up and we're gonna start running because that's good stuff. All right, we've got our sluice all set up. I have a full 5-gallon pail of what I believe is pretty darn good material. Let me show you this sluice quickly, and then we're gonna turn this baby on. Mine boss is hard at it. Well, not too long ago, I did a video showing how I bastardized my high banker. I took this thing off and flipped it around, and I put this little plate in there. That'll keep the material roiling around in there and underwater. That'll keep that gold from floating. And then from there it goes down over my VDR mats, my Gold Hog Motherlode mats, and my Sawtooth mats right here. That's from Washington Beach Mining. Those are proven gold, beach gold catchers. And then I also added my river sluice right here. And that just attaches via this little curtain or clothes hanger rod I swiped out of Mrs. Wizard's closet. And that's also got the mother load and the VDR here. And there's a couple of advantages of that, having that on there. One, that gives me a longer capture area because you never catch it all, but that might catch some of the stuff that I'm missing up in that shorter section right there. And I can pop this off of there anytime I want just by pulling this little rod right here, and I can dump that in a bucket, test it out, and see if, you know, if we're losing gold up top, if there's any gold in it at all. You get the picture. I know he does. All right, let's turn this puppy on. I've got my lithium battery right there, lithium ion. There goes the water, making a nice big plunge pool right there. Everything's forced to go underneath the water right there and then down over my system. So let me grab a scoop right here. Now I'm going to be forced to run a little bit more blonde sand than I'd like because that deposit right there is so darn thin. But that stuff will wash right on off of there quite quickly. And I've got this thing set at, I believe, 10 degrees. And I see lots and lots of garnet sands in there. So I'm going to keep an eye on this. And I know 10 degrees at home was working fantastically. And those are about half full, so I think we're going to run this for a little while, see what happens. And another one. Slam. And there it goes melting. Perfect. Just like I wanted it. Oh, it's nice out here. All right, we've got a 5-gallon pail run. That was a full 5-gallon pail, a lot of blonde sands, but that's okay. Now I'm starting to see gold down in the gold hog mat, right down in there. So I'm gonna turn this off, take the negative off of there, just do a quick little mat inspection. This is pretty easy. I'll just pull that out. And oh yeah, look at the gold. Look at all the gold in this VDR mat. All those ripples right there, all filled up with juicy, juicy gold. Let me put that in 3. Look at that. Fantastic. For a lot of blonde sands and hardly any black sand, this stuff has got quite a bit of gold in it. And now that I'm inspecting these hog mats a little bit, I can see gold in that stuff too. Now I'm not going to do a clean out. I'll show you how I do that. Now every once in a while, when you shut a machine off like this and then you turn it back on, if you don't do a clean out, a lot of your material might slump down the system just because of the water's not flowing on there, keeping that vortex action in whatever system your mat profile you might be running. So what I'm going to do is I'll take this pan right here and I'll hook my battery up. I'll let it run just like that. Make sure all my vortexes are spinning. Looks pretty good. Dump the water back out, and if I lost any gold, it's in this pan right here. Now I got a whole nother 5-gallon pail right here. Off we go. Let's run 4 or 5 and see what it looks like. Mine boss says it's snack time. Well, okay then. This snack time is brought to you by Parukas of Anago. Best beef jerky around. He needs that. He's a hard-working miner. All right, now we've got 3 pails run through our system. First thing I'm gonna do before I do a full cleanup is I'm gonna clean this bottom one out and pan it out just to see if there's anything in there. I'm gonna go ahead and pull my pin and off it pops. Throw that right in that fresh bucket of water. Splash it out a little bit. Just like that. And done. Looks good and clean. Let's see if our lower sluice caught anything. And the results from the bottom section of my sluice. Right there, 3 pieces. I may have splashed 1 or 2, let them get by me. I panned it a little bit fast, but I guarantee you there wasn't more than 6 or 7 pieces in there. And that is exactly what you want to see, unless you're not on the gold. And we know that there's good gold up in there. So let me get this stuff, some of this stuff off of there, otherwise it's gonna tip forward a little bit. It will take, well, actually it won't tip forward now. I got that off of there. Let's take a look up in here. And I still see all kinds of gold in there, in the hog mat, and I could see gold in this sawtooth mat here too while it was running. So let me get this cleaned out and see what's in it. That's the gold from the upper sluice right there. We had 3 pieces in the other one, the lower one, and we probably have a number of hundreds up to maybe 1,000 or so pieces in that one. I would say that's a lot better. 3 pieces in that whole bottom sluice compared to 1,000 or more pieces in that top one. That's a win-win all day. I'm not even gonna hook that top sluice back up on there. We're just gonna run the original model I had built in the shop. And we're gonna run, and then run some more. And I ran so far away. Me and Rigby are hard at work. Sorry, didn't mean to wake you up. I just wanted to show you what we're doing here with our deposit. Now, if you recall before, we started with a trench running perpendicular to the beach here. Once we located the best area with gold in it, well, then I worked left a little bit and it started to peter out. So then we started moving right, and it actually is getting better. You can see that fine line of sand right there, and it's a little bit thicker in here, a little bit darker. See that? That's really, really good stuff right there. And we are running the crap out of it. Look at all that garnet sand in there. Fantastic. We're on pail number 7. I think I said that. We're gonna run 3 more, do a cleanup, wake up, get the heck out of here. Well, me and Rigby are walking back to the truck and we noticed another prospector here. This is Dan.
Whoa.
Let's take a little look at his system. He's getting a couple of colors here and there, but he's pulling that darn wagon. And it's a little tough with the surf up so high you can't pull it easily down by the water. So let's take a look at Dan's system here. Now he's got, I don't know, that's got to be 11 feet, 12 feet right there.
Yep.
And he's got that thing filled up with silicone mats that he made. And it's got a real light water flow going on that, but you can see the action in those little drop areas right there. Now you're probably not going to feed this extremely fast with the amount of water flow he's got, but it's a great concept. I mean, look at those things roiling around. That's exactly what you want. Now I know those silicone mats catch gold quite well, so he could probably get away with that much and lose all that stuff there. That's just poundage.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're gonna get the heck out of here. It was nice to meet you, Dan.
Nice to meet you too.
Yeah. Yeah, we got some awesome concentrates. We're on our way home. We're gonna jam some tunes and go check out the Fridge of Wonder. And we're back at our lair. First things first, gotta grab a little something out of the Fridge of Wonder. That's right. Perfect. Now getting down to business. Here's my concentrates for the day. I do believe there's 3 or maybe 4 cleanouts in there. I don't remember which. Pretty sure there's only 3. And I forgot a gall darn container, so I had to fill up both of my snuffer jars with it. So let's get our cleanup sluice up and running and see how much gold is in this stuff. I think it's going to be pretty darn good. All right, we'll grab this little one first, and then we'll dump a little bit on there. See what happens. There we are. Not too much came out of there. But I do see some specks of gold. My God, there. I'm gonna have to figure something else out. That's pretty tough to get that out of there. Time out. Ta-da! Let's give this little squirt like such here. There it comes. Now we got a nice little pile on there. I'll grab the camera, put it down into, I'll leave it in 3. And we'll see if we can spot any gold here. Yes. We can see some gold. And it looks pretty darn good too. Like I said, I think we're in for a real treat. That last half of the deposit was quite a bit better than that first half. And I think it's going to show in here. So let's run the rest of this. Well, we have the little one done. Let's take a look at the sluice. It's looking good. Yes. Looking good indeed. There's some really nice looking gold all the way down to about, I don't know, halfway or so. I don't see too much, maybe a piece or 2 further than halfway down, but I've used this thing so much before. I'm very confident in its ability to capture this gold, and as you can see, it is. So we'll move on to our larger one right here. This is probably 3 times the material, maybe 4 times the material that I had in there. And we'll see what comes out of it. And it's all in there. Let me slow this water down. Take a little peek-see. It's really looking good. That is quite a bit. That was 10 level 5-gallon pails. There's plenty of gold to be had in this stuff here for sure. And it runs, peters out right about down here. I don't think I see any more past this one right here. All the way down to the end. Oh yeah, there's a piece right there. But they're few and far between. And I'll probably pan out that tailings there real quickly just to take a look, but I know we got 99% of it right here. Same as we do at the beach. Let me get this in a pan and we'll take a look at it. All right, now we're pulling that back. We basically just got started, and there's a really nice pile of gold starting to show up on this corner here. Now what I'm going to do is just give it a couple of taps, settle it, pull some of that black sand off. Just like that, 2 or 3 swipes, give it a couple of taps, settle it, pull some of that black sand off. You just keep doing that till you get down to darn near gold, pure gold. Then you really take your time. And this is the heaviest of the heavy material right here. Let's see if we can make a galaxy. Oh yeah. I just love it when there's enough gold to do that and you see gold down inside of there. That's crazy stuff, crazy. All right, let me take a little while and clean this up and we'll take a look at it. Hopefully we got enough to weigh. And here's the gold all dried out nicely. Let's take a little look up close. There's some really nice looking pieces in there. No honking pickers or nothing, but a couple are bigger than, you know, the next door neighbor, I guess. That's for sure. But the amount of pieces that we captured is staggering, just staggering. All right, so I got my scale. Let me drop this down into one. I'll get this thing set up here so I can use 2 hands. Technical difficulties. All right, let me get my scale on. And it only takes a second. I'll get this stuff brushed down into a corner. And this weigh-in is brought to you by Secret Creek Prospecting for all your prospecting needs. And we'll dump that right in there. Get in there, you. Do some scraping. Some of that stuff is just absolutely powder fine. We have 0.50 right on the head. That's a pretty good darn day. 10 pails, half a gram. Yeah. Hey, what do you think of that? Got a half a gram we didn't have before. It was a beautiful day. It never got out of the 60s. Sun was shining, it had a nice breeze. And my main man, Rigby, was out there finding the gold and we shoveled it all day long. 10 full pails, a lot of it was blonde sand, but that stuff sure had the gold. I'll take a half a gram like that any day of the week. I don't know what's going on with that darn camera. It keeps shutting off. But anyway, that sluice worked fantastic. I didn't even need that add-on. We did a couple of tests and there was hardly any gold in it whatsoever. At 8 or 9% of the gold got caught up in that top couple of feet. I couldn't be happier. It's just one less thing I have to have in my backpack. And that's the whole goal. Mobility and test. So, until the next episode, like, share, subscribe. Please do leave a comment. It helps build our channel. Definitely check out our Patreon page in the description box below. Flourgoldwizards, out.